Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. You sent us a fascinating collection of information about ADT, that name we all recognize in security. Our mission today is to really, get under the hood of this company and pull out what's most relevant for you right now. We've got everything from their core business model to recent financial performance and even some of the chatter that's out there in the market.
It's a really good set of sources. Gives us a lot to work with to build a detailed picture.
Okay, let's start with the fundamentals. ADT is a significant player across the U.S. and Canada, offering monitored security, interactive home features, and business automation.
Right.
They've basically structured their operations into four key areas: home and personal, business security, health and senior safety, and commercial.
So a pretty wide range.
Yeah, think of them as providing a spectrum of services, from basic peace of mind home security all the way up to sophisticated smart home integration, security cameras, fire safety systems.
All tied together with their monitoring services.
Exactly. That monitoring piece is key.
And when we look at the broader security landscape, this kind of integrated approach, well, it's increasingly what customers are looking for. A single provider for a whole bunch of needs.
Good point. You also shared some interesting details on how their stock has been trading recently. Looks like there's been some volatility.
A bit, yes.
We saw a notable 7.02% drop on a single day in early March of 2025. That suggests the market, reacts pretty strongly to news about them.
It does seem quite sensitive.
But then February of the same year showed a significant 9.36% jump. That was after some positive announcements around their push into smart home security.
Okay, so the market liked that news.
Seems so.
Yeah.
And zooming out to the last 6 months, the general trend has actually been positive, likely driven by maybe investor optimism and solid financial reports.
Could be.
Although year to date, it's been a bit more up and down, a bit of a roller coaster.
Well, that kind of price action, it often reflects the market trying to, digest new information and figure out its long-term impact. That strong positive reaction to the smart home news certainly shows where investor focus is, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It highlights that strategic direction. Let's turn our attention to their financial health now. The latest earnings report showed revenue around $4.98 billion. Coupled with a really strong gross margin of 80.1%.
Wow, 80.1%. That's high.
It really is. Suggests they are doing a good job managing the direct costs of their services.
Okay.
What's particularly interesting, though, and maybe a bit concerning, is that they have a negative pre-tax profit margin.
Ah, okay. So profitable at the gross level, but not before tax.
Right. That's definitely something to dig into.
Agreed.
On a more positive note, their EBITDA margin is a healthy 21.3%.
Okay, so the underlying profitability before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, that looks solid.
It does. It points to solid underlying earning power. The report also mentioned they're actively working on managing their debt.
Which connects back to that pre-tax profit issue, potentially.
Could very well do. What grabs your attention most when you look at those figures? That gross margin is certainly eye-catching, isn't it?
It absolutely is. That 80% is impressive. It means for every dollar of service, they're keeping a big chunk.
But then that negative pre-tax profit figure makes you wonder what's eating into those profits before taxes.
Exactly. It hints that maybe operational expenses or perhaps those debt-related costs you mentioned might be pretty substantial.
That really leads to the crucial question, where are those expenses coming from?
Well, given the mention of debt management, it's quite possible that interest payments are having a significant impact on that pre-tax profit number.
Makes sense. Shifting gears slightly to potential strengths and weaknesses, that negative pre-tax profit margin is, it's a clear area of concern.
A red flag, for sure.
And high interest expenses, if that's the driver, could indeed put a squeeze on their ability to generate future profits if they're not careful with that debt.
Definitely a risk.
However, on the plus side, ADT benefits from a really solid recurring revenue stream.
The subscription model.
Over 80% of their income comes from those ongoing monitoring and service agreements.
That kind of predictable revenue provides a really stable financial foundation, doesn't it?
It really does. Plus, they are putting significant resources into smart technology and innovation.
Which could be key to unlocking future growth, especially in such a rapidly evolving market. That recurring revenue model is just so valuable for a business like this. It offers predictability.
Investors love that predictability. And those investments in smart tech, they're pretty much essential now to stay competitive, right?
Absolutely vital. They have to keep up.
So how is the market currently viewing ADT? Recent analysis suggests that their strategic shift towards smart home security is being well received by investors.
Okay, so the strategy is resonating.
And there's even speculation among some analysts that the stock might be undervalued when you compare its price to earnings ratio to its competitors.
Interesting. So potentially some hidden value there, according to some.
Potentially. But when you look at platforms like X and Reddit, you get a more varied picture. It's kind of a mixed bag.
Ooh, how so?
While some users are really enthusiastic about their advancements in technology, while others are more cautious, pointing to the overall market volatility and, again, the company's debt levels.
That difference in opinion isn't really unexpected, is it? You often get that split.
Sure.
You have those who are optimistic about the future growth and maybe the underlying value, balanced by those who are more focused on the present financial challenges, like that debt.
Makes sense. Let's talk about the competitive landscape then. Who are they really up against?
In the home security space, the main players are probably Vivint Smart Home and Ring.
Which, as you know, is part of Amazon.
Right, that's a big factor. Now, ADT currently holds a significant share of the U.S. residential security market. That's a strength.
And they have the advantage of a strong, well-established brand and a large network of monitoring centers. People know the name ADT.
They do. Brand recognition is huge. However, both Vivint and Ring are also innovating at a rapid pace.
Especially in areas like seamless smart home integration and the increasingly popular do-it-yourself security options.
The competition is definitely getting tougher. Ring's integration within that huge Amazon ecosystem gives them a pretty big advantage for convenience, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. For many consumers, that's a big draw.
And Vivint has also been very active and, well, innovative in the broader smart home market.
So ADT's strengths really lie in their long history, that recognizable brand, and the professional installation and monitoring infrastructure they've built up over years.
That professional touch is their differentiator against the DIY options, perhaps.
Could be. Looking ahead, what could be some of the key factors, the catalysts maybe, that influence ADT's performance?
Well, we should certainly keep an eye on their upcoming earnings report.
Right, get the latest numbers.
And any strategic announcements they make, especially concerning those smart home security initiatives we talked about.
Any new partnerships or acquisitions aimed at boosting their tech capabilities could also be significant developments, I imagine.
Absolutely. Inorganic growth or tech acquisition could be important.
Of course, there are also potential headwinds, potential risks, too.
Like what?
Things like changes in regulations that affect the security industry,
Always a factor in regulated spaces.
and the ever-increasing competition from major technology companies who are also moving into the smart home security space. We mentioned Amazon, but there could be others.
For sure, regulatory changes can always introduce unpredictability, and the entry of those large tech companies, well, it has the potential to really reshape the market dynamics.
It'll be interesting then to observe how ADT adapts its strategies in response to all that.
Very much so.
We also have access to some more detailed information from a recent due diligence report. For the entire year of 2024, ADT reported total revenue of $4.898 billion.
Okay.
That represents a consistent 5% increase from the previous year, so it shows steady growth on the top line.
5% isn't explosive, but it's solid, consistent growth.
Right. And their GAAP earnings per share saw a substantial 40% jump to $2.66 per diluted share in 2024.
Wow, 40%, that's a big jump.
It is. And their adjusted EPS also rose significantly by 25% to $0.75.
So strong bottom line growth on both GAAP and adjusted measures.
Correct. And notably, their adjusted free cash flow experienced a remarkable 42% increase in 2024, reaching $744 million.
Now that significant growth in free cash flow is really noteworthy.
Why is that particularly important?
Well, it gives the company options, doesn't it? They can invest more in future growth, they can pay down that debt we were talking about, or they can return capital to shareholders. Gives them flexibility.
Got it. That makes sense. It seems ADT has a strong competitive edge through its well-known brand and a commitment to delivering a premium customer experience.
Supported by that extensive network of professionals they have.
Exactly. And the launch of their ADT Plus platform appears to be a key differentiator in their strategy going forward.
Right, trying to integrate services digitally.
Their CEO, Jim DeVries, has been guiding the company through these periods of growth and strategic changes with a stated focus on both shareholder value and customer satisfaction.
Balancing stakeholders.
And speaking of shareholder value, in 2024, ADT returned a significant $423 million to shareholders and paid out $182 million in dividends. That's more than a 40% increase from the previous year.
Wow, that's a big hike in dividends. That really signals a commitment to returning value to investors, doesn't it?
It certainly seems like it. That emphasis on shareholder returns through both buybacks, presumably, and those increasing dividends can be a very positive signal to the market.
For sure. And that ADT Plus platform sounds like it's pretty central to their future strategy or potential driver of, customer stickiness and engagement.
One last piece of info. ADT is scheduled to release its financial results for the first quarter of 2025 on April 24th of this year. So that's coming up soon.
Good to know. Eyes peeled for that.
They've already provided positive financial guidance for the full year 2025. They're projecting adjusted free cash flow to be between $800 million and $900 million.
So another potential increase there.
Yes, and adjusted earnings per share to grow to between $0.77 and $0.85.
Okay, continued growth projected on the bottom line, too.
And they are highlighting, again, their focus on the ADT Plus platform as a key driver of both revenue growth and improved customer satisfaction.
Consistent messaging on that platform.
They've also expanded their existing partnership with State Farm, which should, significantly broaden their reach, get them in front of more potential customers.
That sounds like a smart strategic move, tapping into State Farm's customer base.
While we don't have specific details on stock price movement so far in 2025 here, that strong performance in 2024 and the positive outlook for 2025 are likely to be, well, supportive factors, wouldn't you think?
You'd expect so. That forward-looking guidance is definitely encouraging. If they can actually hit those projections, it would suggest positive momentum for the company and potentially for the stock, too.
So wrapping this all up then, based on all the information you provided, ADT does present a somewhat, let's say, complex picture.
A bit mixed, yeah.
They have a strong foundation in terms of revenue, that big recurring base. They are actively investing in what appears to be a promising area, smart home technology. And they are demonstrating positive trends in both revenue growth and, importantly, that free cash flow.
All definite positives.
However, that negative pre-tax profit margin, that still lingers as concern.
It does.
And the competitive intensity of the market with players like Vivint and Ring, especially Ring backed by Amazon, those are certainly areas that require ongoing scrutiny.
Can't ignore the competition.
So, considering all of this, the analysis suggests maybe a hold recommendation seems appropriate for now.
That feels like a well-reasoned conclusion based on the data we have right now.
Advising, basically, to closely monitor their upcoming earnings reports, especially that Q1 report coming soon and any further strategic developments.
Agreed. There are definitely compelling aspects to the company, but also some important factors, some risks that need to be watched carefully as things unfold.
We really hope this discussion has provided you, our listeners, with a much clearer understanding of the key aspects of ADT based on the info shared with us.
It's a company with significant strengths, for sure, but also some notable challenges operating in a very dynamic industry.
This should give you a solid basis as you continue to follow their progress.
Ultimately, the key will be to see how effectively their strategic initiatives like ADT Plus Ways get executed.
Right.
And whether they can translate that strong revenue generation and cash flow into improved overall profitability, getting past that negative pre-tax margin issue.
That seems to be the core challenge. If you found this analysis helpful, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment.
We are always looking for ways to tailor our future discussions to the topics that matter most to you.